From the campus of IMG Academy here in beautiful Bradenton, Florida, welcome to the EYBL Scholastic Challenge here at IMG Academy. My name is Josh Sperber alongside my broadcast partner Jason Powers, where we have some of the best high school basketball in the country waiting for you today, starting with some top teams in action as number 4 ranked Lehigh goes up against Veritas. Lehigh, of course, standing for Long Island Lutheran High School, and they are coming off a massive win over IMG on IMG's senior night. You got to think, Jason, that prepares them well for a game against Veritas today.
Thriller last night from all indications. You were here, you saw the capacity crowd, big crowd here, and Lehigh comes in with a big reputation, big win last night, and they're playing an upstart Veritas team who lost last night to Oak Hill Academy, but looks to rebound tonight, this afternoon here against Lehigh. Our
second game is going to be Oak Hill against IMG, and while Veritas may have seemed outmatched on paper, they certainly didn't play out like that. They did almost take the lead and take control of the game in a strong third quarter against Oak Hill. But they are taking on a tough challenge of the Lehigh Crusaders, featuring one of the top recruits in the country, VJ Edgecombe, in their starting five that you can see. The same starting five for their IMG win last night.
Yeah, Edgecombe is a big player, Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of New York, Baylor commit, so Scott Drew and company getting a big player here coming to them next year, and he put on a show last night.
And now the Veritas Training Academy Titans from all the way on the other coast in California. Zion Palayo, Aram Soki Urbano, Samuel Mena, Pablo Sumari, and Andrew Nagy. Again, the same starting lineup they had against Oak Hill. And it's a very interesting one. A lot of variety in terms of height and athleticism.
They do. They are a very young team. Only got 2 seniors on the roster, so they're going to play a lot of younger guys. And they got a wide range of guys from all over the world, from the Bahamas to Mexico, Ecuador, the Dominican Republic. The theme of this school is to get the international kids ingratiated with the sport of basketball here in the United States.
Yeah, truly the best United States talent. I think we already knew that, but it looks like we have some of the best international young basketball talent on display tonight. John Buck, the head coach for Lehigh, class of 2002 at Lehigh, played college ball on a legendary team with Chris Paul and Josh Howard. And for Veritas, George Zidane, coaching with Earl Watson, former NBA player in his AAU program. The referees for today, Brian Bostic, Narada Caldwell, and Chris Kalaxis, the 3 on the floor for Game 1 of today's EYBL Scholastic here at IMG Academy. All these games are going to be streamed on League Ready. Next up, IMG Oak Hill. But first, Lehigh and Veritas set to tip things off here at IMG Academy. And it's Lehigh who wins the tip, but Alier Malouk tips it to the Veritas Titans. Zion Palayo was an explosive guard and a big part of that comeback last night. He'll be at the point. And Aram Soki Urbano, a good 3-shooter there as his 2-guard, controlling the ball at the top of the key. Back to Palayo, looking for Nagy in the corner. He drives baseline, pulls back for the jumper off the glass, and it's in. Andrew Nagy getting the first bucket of today's game.
Coach Zidane really talked and emphasized in warm-ups he wanted to get Nagy some touches. A nice little baseline jumper there to start it.
And going on the baseline is Lehigh, thrown out of bounds by Caden Mingo, rolling all the way into the Titans side of the court. And we saw before the game started Veritas running a couple of plays, setting up Nagy on the corner like we saw in that first offensive possession. Expecting to see a whole lot more of that as Nagy's pass gets picked off. And now VJ Edgecombe is running the floor. He might take it in stealth. Said he kicks it out to Mingo in the corner. Off the back iron, no good. But it's rebounded by the Crusaders. Edgecombe, quick swing over to Nigel James. He takes it baseline. Now Malouk, the corner 3, air ball. And Nagy knocks it out of bounds. And it goes off of him. Might have touched Ben Michaels, but some commotion on the baseline. And that's what we're going to expect. Some good physical play coming from these hungry teams here at the EYBL Scholastic.
Lehigh is very athletic. They got a lot of guys they want to run. They scored 83 last night. So talking to Coach Zidane, they want to slow the tempo down here if you're Veritas.
And a kick-out shot from James for 3, no good. Quick rebound by Michaels. He kisses it off the glass and ties it up at 2. Ben Michaels with the bucket for Lehigh.
You saw the athleticism there to get into the rebounding lane there to get the offensive rebound. It's going to be a block.
And Nigel James getting called for the reach, his first personal foul. And something we saw in both games yesterday, Jason, was a lack of fouling. Really well officiated couple of contests and not a lot of bad fouls from any of the 4 teams that took part. James just a little bit too aggressive on the press.
And boy, if you look at this Veritas team, Sumari is a big individual. This guy is a big guy, and he's a senior, 6'9", 255. He looks every bit of that.
And surprisingly not the biggest player who's going to take the floor today, as a first 3 of the game belongs to Aram Soki Urbano, Mexican native, cashing the triple. And a quick run and gun from Nigel James to answer for Lehigh. They now trail by 1.
Again, up-tempo. Lehigh wants to get up and down the court.
And the Titans do as well. Palaio drives baseline, blocked by Maluk, and he gets his own miss. And now running are the Crusaders. Nigel James at the point. Crossover, takes it to the cradle, but going to the line instead. Foul called.
You see the quickness out of James. He blew by for the layup on the last possession and did it again this possession, drawing the contact.
And there is a lot of quick players, particularly guards, on this Lehigh squad. A little too quick for me. Turns out that foul was on the floor and not on the shot for Nigel James. It will be James on the inbound. He sends it to Maluk. And now it's Edgecombe, who I'm sure Veritas will try and bottle up. Great pass and a finish from Caden Mingo, the runner, to give Lehigh their first lead. And Nagy quickly runs across for the Titans.
Mingo continues his good play. 22 points last night, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, so off to another good start.
As does Michaels getting the steal. Back pass from Edgecombe, pump fake, and he keeps it on the floor. James inside to Michaels, a wide open lane and an easy layup. And the deuce coming in for Lehigh. That's going to be enough for the Veritas Titans to call a timeout, where we will keep it right here. 5:12 in the first. Lehigh leading Veritas by 3. Jason, what have you seen so far?
Excellent ball movement so far. Good passing. They've been unselfish. Talking to the staff, very unselfish Lehigh team. They don't care who scores. Oh, find the open man. You've seen that early. A lot of good passes, a lot of cuts. Created some layups and some easy looks.
Seeing the replay there, not just good passing, but the off-ball movement to get these players into open lanes has been spectacular so far for Lehigh. And it was really interesting when the coaches were talking to us about just keeping everything balanced. With a guy like VJ Edgecombe, it seems just difficult to, not put the ball in his hands.
No, you got a good, again, you got James kind of as the point guard. You got Edgecombe as your prototypical two-guard small forward. And if you're Veritas here, you got to stay in the game early. You don't want to get blown out. You don't want to get down double digits here in the first quarter. They want to slow the tempo down. I would get Nagy as many touches as I can, and Palaio as well. So those are your 2 main guys offensively that you need to make sure get good quality looks.
And Palaio will be the point guard for the Titans. Slips, but completes the pass to Sumari. And that's another guy I'd like to see get involved. He just has a size advantage on everyone.
They're going to want to run some pick and roll. I think Samari's got a nice pin down.
And there's Sumari, 2 on him in the lane. A lot of contact and a foul called. It's going to be on 1 of 2, either Ben Michaels or Alier Maluk. That sends Sumari to the line. It is on Ben Michaels as we take another look here.
Nice job posting up. Good entry pass there. Could have probably taken it up on the short side. He kind of went to the opposite side of the rim that he probably didn't need to do. But he is clearly the biggest guy in this court. Uses his bulk, use that wide body. He should be able to get some easy looks in the post if they can give good entry passes. 1
already started within the first 3 minutes of this game. Sumari's first free throw is good. And Sumari, a solid game for Veritas yesterday. 3 for 6 from the field, but just 1 rebound. But that was playing against a very big Oak Hill team. Sumari's second free throw off the front of the rim, and Maluk gets the board. Here comes James. Luhigh's looking to push. James down the left side, fakes, now gives it to Maluk. Here's Mingo. Mingo into the key, kick out to the corner. Michaels for the 3, in and out, no good. Sumari gets his first board of the game.
If you're Veritas, you almost have to make Lehigh shoot the 3. You're at a quickness disadvantage. Nice.
Quick shot from Urbano, no good. Maluk with the board.
You got to make them shoot the 3 because they're going to be able to. They're going to try to get to the lane, get to the rim. And you almost have to take your chances at the three-point line.
And a great steal. Looks like going inside, not really working. And that, you're absolutely right. It really looks like they're trying to push things out to the perimeter on defense is Veritas. They're on the perimeter offensively currently with Dylan Mingo, now Urbano.
Veritas is going to run a lot of motion offense. You see him a lot of movement. And again, you got Nagy and you got Sumari down low, and then you got Paleo on the perimeter.
Paleo takes the three off the front iron. Still haven't seen a three-pointer made since the first minute of the ball game. Now Luhigh with Maluk down low, corner of the glass and in. And Long Island Lutheran takes a 10-6 lead with 3.5 remaining.
Nice move there by Maluk, the Florida State commit. He's from the Sudan. He's a very tall, rangy, 6'11", only weighs 95 pounds. So Leonard Hamilton and company, I'm sure, will get him on a weight program and get some more weight put on that 6'11" frame.
And there's Nagy from distance. He cans the triple. And Drew Nagy being able to hit from anywhere at a guy 6'9". Really like that prospect that Veritas has. Here's Edgecombe, cross court to Michaels. Foot on the line, and it's no good. Rebounded by Urbano.
And Nagy's a pretty big guy, too. And again, more and more of these big guys are able to shoot the distance three. Nice job there by Nagy on the previous possession.
Samuel Mena pulls up from the mid-range jumper. No good. Commotion under the basket, and it's off Nagy. So Luhigh will take possession as we get the first couple of subs in the ball game. VJ Edgecombe coming out and replaced by Carmelo Anthony, who was on hand last night, but we haven't seen yet today as we take a look at the last bucket from Nagy.
Nice three, nice stroke there by Nagy, shooting the three. One of the only two guys on the team that are from the United States, from California. He's a California kid, senior.
And Kyan Anthony controlling the ball, enters the game with Jacob Ross and Tajay Jones for Luhigh. Up and under, no good. Rebound by Jones, no foul called as Ross swings it out to Anthony. Back to the corner. Passing up the three is James. He's going inside, now kicks it back out. Mingo on the drive for three. James knocks it down. Nigel James, a key part of the win yesterday for Luhigh, has his first triple of the ball game, and the lead back up to 4 for the Crusaders.
Yeah, just good ball movement all around.
And that might be a steal. James has it in the open court. Numbers for Luhigh. James passes it back. Ross scores, but a travel called on the far side. Little too many steps.
Good call by the official there.
Yeah. James might have moved that pivot foot. Definitely a walk, as we'll see more substitutions come on the court for the Titans. Nagy taking his first break, and he will be replaced by Kawhi Alier Dang.
And you mentioned the sub from Luhigh, Anthony, a very, very familiar name for New York Knicks fans, the son of Carmelo Anthony. The famed NBA player.
And hiding in that packed crowd in the IMG Luhigh game last night was Carmelo. Don't see him in the stands today. Urbano from the edge of the arc, no good. Dang tries to get the rebound, but draws the foul over the back on Ross. And that looks like his first personal.
Nice job by Dang getting position there, the junior from Australia. Nice job drawing the foul there, the contact, and keeping the ball on the offensive end there for Veritas. This is the matchup here.
Sumare backing him down in the coast, but he is denied by Tajay Jones. And before Luhigh can go back running, the Titans steal it right back. Pull-up pop from Paleo, no good. Rebound bouncing around, finding Kyan Anthony. James from the corner. Front rim, no good. Sumare with a board. And running are the Titans. Dang pushing the pace, 2-on-1, but a smaller defender. Dang misses the bucket. Urbano gets the board. Floater, back iron, and it's rebounded by Tajay Jones.
Veritas not shooting very well to start this first quarter. They're still in the game here at 13-9 down, but again, not shooting a very high percentage, and you got to get some production out of Paleo.
Anthony has in his left hand, swings it out to Mingo. Bingo! Caden Mingo from the mid-range jumper gets the bucket as we have a very famous entrant into the building with Carmelo Anthony coming out to see his son play, taking to the court.
Another timeout here for for Veritas. Again, you're down 7 here. Not good shot selection on their end of the court, and then Mingo hitting his second three of the quarter here. Just kind of push the lead out to 7 here. good timeout there by Coach Zidane and Veritas, because, again, you don't want this to get to a double digits going into the second quarter.
And keep in mind, that was kind of how the Lehigh Veritas game went yesterday. They got out to about a 13-point deficit at halftime against Oak Hill and then bridged that gap as we take a look at Carmelo Anthony sitting courtside to watch his son Kion play.
Yeah, it's great to see Dad supporting his son, and nice, beautiful weekend down here in South Central Florida, and his son's doing a good job. He came in, energy player so far, and doing a nice job there to start the first quarter.
And I can tell you from experience, since I've got some family in New York right now, it is way better weather out here in Bradenton than it is in Brooklyn.
Beautiful day today, about 80 plus degrees, not a cloud in the sky.
About a 10-second difference between the shot and game clock. The final shot clock of the first quarter is underway as Palaio tries to go baseline, is double-teamed. Kick-out pass, and now Veritas driving in. Wildly acrobatic shot, but the bucket falls. Fantastic shot by Cameron Williams, and now Lehigh is going to hold for last shot.
Shocked there was not a foul call there. A lot of contact.
Now Edgecombe yet to score so far today, and he's got 2 seconds to do it. Quick pass out to James, got it off in time, and there's the buzzer beater. Nigel James ends the first quarter with a bang, taking a deep three-pointer with .02 on the clock, and Lehigh takes a 19-11 lead into the second.
Steph Curry, this one's for you, my man, on a Saturday afternoon here at IMG. That is a deep three to end the quarter.
That's exactly how you want to end it if you are Lehigh, 19-11, as we take a look at today's sponsors. Brought to you, the Nike EYBL Scholastic here from IMG Academy is brought to you by Nike, only basketball. Chipotle, real ingredients, real flavors, Chipotle for real. The Army National Guard, the next greatest generation is now. And I don't think anything is more true than that Army National Guard tagline right there, because we are seeing a whole lot of talent on display, and Lehigh taking an 8-point lead without possibly their best player having a point so far.
Lehigh shooting over 50% in the first quarter, 53%, made 3 out of 9 threes. So, again, not good start there from the three-point line. And Veritas not shooting very well, only 31% in the first quarter and 2 of 5 in three-pointers. But you got to shoot better if you're Veritas from the two-point range.
And we'll take a look at Zion Palaio, Chipotle's player spotlight. That's a good-looking burrito bowl. Multiple meats on there, white rice, some sour cream.
Absolutely.
They got to stop showing these, man. I start getting hungry mid-broadcast whenever I see these players'
expect
bowls.
a halftime delivery.
I know.
Chipotle, come on.
Come on, they do it on College Game Day. Why not give us like a burrito bowl to try on camera? Just saying, guys. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Anyway. Missed basket, and Dang gets the rebound as we're underway in the second. The burrito bowl maker himself, Zion Palaio, taking the ball off for the Titans.
Nice block by Nagy at the other end.
Here's Urbano curling around the center. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good, and Veritas gets the honor of taking the first basket in the second.
Urbano, they're clearly their best shooter according to Coach Zidane. Sophomore, the junior out of Mexico, 6'4", he's your kind of prototypical two-guard. Nice mid-range jumper there off the curl.
Yeah, reminds me of Grayson Allen a little bit, not just because of the skinny body type, but he just always looks like he's just frantically looking around to make a move off the ball, and a lethal shooter from behind the arc as well. We saw him make a couple of threes in last night's contest. Kion Anthony inbounds it to Edgecombe, who was held without a shot in the first. There's Anthony again, pull-up jumper, and Kion Anthony gets his first bucket of the game.
That was a prototypical Carmelo curl off at the foul line elbow. Smooth stroke there for the two.
Yeah, that's a throwback to my childhood, man. Certainly learning from one of the all-time greats, 10-time All-Star Carmelo Anthony on hand for the second straight day.
Melo was a terrific mid-range shooter, just a perfect NBA mid-range shooter.
Dang, bullying the defender in the post, rolling on the rim, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Jones, but Dang gets it. Pull up and pop from Urbano, front of the iron, it's no good. And foul called on the floor at the end of it. That is going to be called on Veritas as we take a look at Kion Anthony's jumper.
Just comes right off the screen there. Beautiful little pull-up right at the foul line. Smooth as silk. Just like Dad.
And Anthony 0 for 6 from the field yesterday, so a great job by Lehigh getting him involved early on as he is in for their second game of the weekend. Now Edgecombe off the curl, pump faking 2 defenders. One more pass to Michaels in the corner, no good, and it's rebounded by Jacob Ross. Now Anthony shaking Dang. Nice dribble move, up and under, no good, but a great move off the dribble from Kion Anthony. Now Dang knocking Jones to the ground, no call,
Flop.
and a bucket for Dang. Yeah, I do like
Good
that no call.
Yeah,
Yep.
he flopped there. Dang's been a nice burst of energy coming off the bench. Been very active on the offensive end.
Yes.
Done a good job.
He is 6'10" and listed as a small forward. Hey, Carmelo
from
Anthony
Australia,
was 6'8",
too.
6'9", listed as a small forward, too. If we're keeping running on that chain as a whistle blows. Substitution for Lehigh as we take a look
Nice
at that
move.
play down low. And yeah,
Clearly a flop. Clearly not nowhere near
Yeah,
an
no.
offensive foul. Nice job by Dang, and nice job by the officials not falling for the flop. Oh, that's an over and back.
and Kion Anthony looks like he thought that the ball was allowed to go back. Not on that time, so he clears things up with his teammate on the early turnover. 21-15 the score at a little bit before the halfway point of quarter number 2. Lehigh has led for almost the entirety of this contest. Here's Cameron Williams passing it to Urbano, spins around, and now it's back up top. Williams, the crossover. Back pass to Urbano. Jab step and the 3. Urbano from distance makes it a 3-point game.
Again, Urbano had 3 threes last night. He did a great job. He's clearly their shooter, their perimeter shooter, and nice smooth stroke there for the deep 3.
Ross to Anthony, quick step, and Edgecombe in the corner, and no good on his first shot of the afternoon. And rebound after some pinball stays in Lehigh's possession. Anthony, swing pass to Edgecombe on the drive, and that's off the arm. Foul called, and that will be on Elias Yafet Valencia.
Nice, again, more good action on the offensive end. Nice cut there to the rim. They got the offensive rebound. Nice job cutting to the rim, and Valencia with the hack on the arm.
Yeah, not much you can do when a guy like VJ Edgecombe gets off his feet. Of course, I'm sure all of you remember that just thunderous dunk he had against IMG last night as Edgecombe makes the first of 2. Pair of substitutions as Samare and Paleo come on, Urbano and Dang to check off, and Nigel James swapping with Jacob Ross for Lehigh. 5 on the floor for the Crusaders. Edgecombe shooting with Maluk and Michaels, as well as Kion Anthony and Nigel James. Edgecombe makes 2 of 2 to put Lehigh up by 5. 5 on the floor for Veritas, Nagy, Paleo, Cameron Williams, Pablo Sumare.
Nice job by Veritas hanging in the game here, staying within reaching distance, that 4, 5, 6-point margin.
And Valencia making the pass to Williams there, and Veritas just always seems to be hanging around.
Yep.
Oak Hill was winning by double digits for a good bit of that game yesterday, but Veritas was never out of the mix.
Nice
as
defense.
Great defense forces the turnover. James is running. Samare there. He gets underneath them, but misses the layup. And quickly going the other way now is Veritas. Valencia to Paleo, looking inside, but doesn't get it. Good defense on the transition from Lehigh. 5-point lead for the Crusaders at the halfway point of the second. 13 on the shot clock. Paleo spins, swings, and now Samare has it down low. He knocks down Michaels and swishes the baby hook. Pablo Samare, a beast in the post.
Major size advantage on the offensive end there for Samare. And Michaels trying to draw the charge. Flopped again. Good job by the officials. No call.
And we had travel call on Ben Michaels. He does not like it, but a timeout called by Long Island Lutheran. They're up by 3 against Veritas just past the halfway point of this second quarter. And it has been a nice back-and-forth game with good buckets like this.
Nice,
Samare in the post.
Nice entry pass there. And again, just a major size advantage by Samare. If you're Coach Buck, you got to tell your post guys, you can't flop. You got to hold your ground. If the guy jumps over you and hits a jump hook, great, but you don't flop and give him an easy layup.
Yeah, I don't think pulling the chair is going to work on a guy as big as Pablo Samare. I mean, that guy just expects to knock you down in the post. And we've already seen
twice they've tried to flop.
I think it was Dang the other time, but they had 2 guys in the post that falling down just turned into an easy deuce for Veritas, and that seems like what they want to do against this Lehigh team. Lehigh's just moving the ball all over the court. Crisp ball movement. Veritas is really trying to run their offense through the low post.
Oh, which they should. They got Nagy and they got Sumari. They got major size advantage. Quickness advantage for Lehigh, but again, the mass and the girth goes to the Veritas Titans, and that's where you got that's your advantage. You got to keep exploiting that. You kick it out to Paleo and Urbano to shoot, but you got to isolate, get in the post them up.
Valencia, Nagy, Urbano, Paleo, and Samare, the 5 on the floor for the Titans, as Paleo pulls up from 3, back of the iron, no good. Maluk jumps early, but it goes off Andrew Nagy. So Lehigh will get possession, and VJ Edgecombe will re-enter the contest in favor of Kion Anthony, and Deng coming in for Veritas, replacing Valencia. Why Alier Deng as a sloppy turnover from Lehigh there, unexpected. We have seen some clean basketball all weekend long from them, but just another miscommunication.
And remember this Lehigh team, they're missing 2 of their 2 key players. Yeah. Dylan Mingo not playing, he's hurt. And then I'm going to let you pronounce the other guy, God's will. I'll let you pronounce his last name.
We'll just use his first name, Jason. I'm not trying that.
He's the Seton Hall commit, and he's not here as well.
Taken away by James. Easy, fast break, and Caden Mingo takes it to the house for the deuce.
Again, quickness. They want to run and gun here. If you're Lehigh, they want to play up-tempo, and they have the advantage at the guard position with the quickness.
5-point lead back for Lehigh, their second largest of the game. They've been up by as much as 7. Here's Paleo, loses the handle for a minute, pulls up on the jumper over James, but no good, and rebound going to Nigel James. He's looking to push. James, baseline, pulling back out. Edgecombe calling for it, and now they're swinging it around the perimeter. Maluk down low against Samare. Edgecombe looking for his first field goal. He is swarmed by 2 larger men as Mingo takes it up top. 13 on the shot clock. Mingo driving baseline, kicks it out to Maluk.
Nice
and a tough layup, no good. Great interior defense from the Titans.
A bunny there that Maluk should have put away there. He was about 2 feet away. Could have been a foul there on a push-off, but Maluk's got to finish that one at the rim. Nice look by Mingo underneath the basket.
James crossing over a couple of fenders. Mingo thought about the 3, has it poked away by Deng. James wide open, a long 2, no good. And Kuwai Deng loses it on the baseline. Michaels quickly taking it to the cup and drawing the foul. He'll shoot 2 at the 2:03 mark.
Sloppy turnover there by Deng, not securing the rebound and getting the outlet pass, trying to extend too far, get the ball stolen. Nice job there by Michaels, stealing it, taking it straight to the rim and drawing the contact.
So 2 shots for Ben Michaels, who made his only free throw attempt yesterday. He was 3 for 3 from the field. Not the first option for Lehigh, but certainly a dependable one.
Michael's got a unique story. He's from the UK. He came over from Ipswich. Yeah. So he's a senior, 6'8", 208-pound senior. Not committed anywhere yet, but I'm sure we'll get some opportunity, whether it's here in the States or potentially back overseas in his home country.
Oh, I'm sure he's had some experience with the British national team in a couple of FIBA U18 and U16 tournaments. Michaels swishing 2 of 2, lead to 7 now for Lehigh.
Very important 2 minutes here to end the half if you're Veritas. You don't want to give up another 3 or 4 point lead to get to double digits here. You got to maintain and stay within striking distance here going to the half.
Urbano takes the handoff, step back jumper, and he cans it. Aram Soki Urbano with a long 2-pointer to bridge the lead back to 4.
Very good contest there by Mingo on defense. Just a better shot there by Urbano on the offensive end.
Good ball movement from Lehigh. It's Michaels again. Now to Jones. One more pass to Mingo. Bingo again. Caden Mingo cans another long 2, and Lehigh's lead is back up to 7.
The key to that possession was make the extra pass, get a better shot for a different guy, and Mingo buried the open look.
A minute and 15 seconds left. Urbano, the spin move, jumper, in and out, no good, but a foul called on the floor.
That is all Nagy right there, his effort. That is just a contested step back 3. I mean, nothing you can do. That's great defense, a better shot.
Urbano definitely a shifty-looking shooter. Wherever he pulls back from, you better get up in his face.
And Nagy doing a great job underneath, trying to contest for these rebounds, doing a good hustle. Nice. Oh, he had the – Wow, he had the layup there. Nice deflection.
Jacob Ross getting his hand in the passing lane there, just entering the game, replacing Ben Michaels.
Sumari posting up there, got good position here. Give him some space. Let him do some work here.
The big man working.
Yep.
Shot contested. Little too much contact coming from Tajay Jones, and a foul called. Sumari to the line at 1:02.
Samari's got a 50-pound advantage on Jones. I mean, that's a perfect job. Isolate him on the strong side. Spread, clear that side of the court. Let him go to work, and he drew the foul.
Pablo Sumari going to the line. Already a couple of free throws today. He will shoot 2 as we approach the final minute of the half.
Now we just got to get Sumari to make some free throws. He's doing a great job getting to the line, but he's got to convert at the line. That's one thing these big guys, whether it's the college level or the high school level, you got a huge size advantage, but if they know they can foul you and you're going to shoot 40, 50%, it's worth it.
If it gets to a close game, Haka Pablo may be in order. He's 1 for 3 from the line, now 2 for 4. Canning the second one. 6-point lead for the Crusaders.
A little token pressure here to take a little clock time off the shot clock. We are playing a 30-second shot clock here in high school.
21 on the shot clock. Swing pass all the way cross court to Edgecombe. Back to Ross. Ross under contact, and he takes the layup and gets it to go. Jacob Ross, a tough shot.
Great. Ross with 8 rebounds last night. Nice job on the offensive. Good defense by Sumari. Hands up, made him make a tough shot.
Good defense from Luhai, taking half of the shot clock away. 14 seconds separate shot from game. And that pass, Edgecombe, easy assist for Nigel James. He's going to take it himself and puts it home with 2 hands.
That's a bad possession there by Veritas. You were down 6, and all of a sudden, in a short order, you're down 10 here.
Double-digit lead for the first time today. 9 seconds left in the first half. Palaio and the Titans holding for the last shot. Nagy spins at the free throw line. 2 on the clock. Jumper in and out. Tip in, no. And that will do it for the first half. 34-24. Luhai with a bit of a late surge at the first half as we take a look at that last bucket from Jacob Ross.
Good defense by Sumari, better offense by Ross, absorbing the contact and finishing.
He has been making tough plays on both games. We'll have a longer conversation about that after the halftime break. Luhai with a comfortable 10-point lead on Veritas as we go to break here at the Nike EYBL Scholastic on League Ready. Welcome back here. Josh Sperber, Jason Powers, and the Nike EYBL Scholastic here at IMG Academy. 10-point lead for Lehigh against Veritas, 34-24. And let's take a look at the halftime stats presented by the Army National Guard. Jason, pretty close call, but you can definitely see who the team out in front is.
No, I mean, you see it's weird. Veritas has the size advantage, but they're getting beat 20-12 on the boards. A little more of a quickness issue, securing the rebound. The two stats that really jump out to me in the first half: points off turnovers, 13-3 advantage for Lehigh, and then second chance points back to the rebounding, 7-1 second chance points for Lehigh, the advantage over Veritas. To me, that's the difference in the game. Shooting is pretty similar. Lehigh shooting a little bit better. Both teams have made 4 threes in the half, but the rebounding and the points off turnovers are definitely the key here.
And the offensive rebound is always something that I look at, because usually whichever team works harder on the offensive glass is in the lead, and it's a +3 in favor of Lehigh. And as you said, that's difficult to do against this Veritas team. What do they have to do better in terms of rebounding in the second half?
Well, they've got the girth advantage. They don't necessarily have the jumping ability advantage. They've just got to play good positional rebounds. I think Veritas on the defensive end, they're more worried about getting back on defense. They may not be crashing the offensive boards as much as they maybe normally would against another team, because they're worried about Lehigh's quickness and fast break ability.
Starting 5 on the floor for Veritas: Paleo, Urbano, Nagy, Mena, and Samare, as Edgecombe picks the pocket on an interception.
And Lehigh's done all this with Edgecombe doing nothing, basically. He's made 2 free throws.
And a 3-point shot from Caden Mingo. He has been lights out, 3 for 4 from behind the arc. Edgecombe 0 for 2 with 2 for 2 from the line, but that was his 6th assist.
But the Lehigh coaching staff mentioned to us, they don't care who scores. Move the ball to the open guy. They're willing to share the ball, and you see that Mingo's the hot hand today.
Yeah, I'm sure Edgecombe doesn't mind that he doesn't have a point, but his team has a 13-point lead. Urbano driving on top of defenders, blocked by Michaels. Urbano gets his own miss, kisses it off the glass. Aram Urbano has been the hot hand for Veritas. He's got 13.
Yes, if they're going to stay in the game, Urbano's got to score, Nagy's got to score a little bit, and Sumare's got to score. Those are the 3 guys to me that have got to be the point producers if Veritas is going to hang in this game.
Maluk open from the corner, air ball, and it's slapped out of the hands of Michaels from Paleo. Zion Paleo, a heads-up play defensively.
Nice strip there by Paleo.
Samare has it down low, and he gets his pocket picked by Edgecombe, but it goes right back to Samuel Mena.
I would try to back ding down, get Sumare in that post, back ding down. You got a 50-pound advantage at least.
Contested 3 from Urbano, no good. Edgecombe with the rebound, and he's pushing it up the court. James already there, takes it at the elbow. Now he pulls up from 18 feet, and front rim, and good. Nigel James, someone else who has stepped up with Veritas, playing fantastic defense on VJ Edgecombe.
That's James's 3rd 3. He's up to 13 points. So, again, you're getting contributions from other people other than Edgecombe, which is creating this 14-point margin.
Urbano taking it himself, kicks it out to Nagy in the corner, no good. And Edgecombe with his 2nd consecutive rebound. He's now got 2. Edgecombe to James now. Edgecombe wide open 3, late contest, but that's not going to stop him. VJ Edgecombe gets his first field goal of the game at the 5:46 mark of the 3rd, and Lehigh is up by 17.
A big start to the 3rd quarter here by Lehigh with the 3-point ball. You've already made 3 threes in the quarter. You're getting Edgecombe going a little bit, and it starts on the defensive end.
Nagy on the smaller defender, no good. Maluk disrupts the shot, but Nagy chases down his own miss. Paleo to the corner. Urbano, step back jumper, no good. Off the back iron, Samare can't get the rebound over the leap of Caden Mingo. Cross-court pass, Edgecombe feeling it from distance, no good. Maluk gets the board and puts it back with the slam. Timeout called by Veritas as Lehigh out-rebounding the big for Veritas, and then coming back with this putback slam from Alier Maluk.
Nothing but a hustle play here. Nothing but a hustle play by Maluk. Nice job getting around Samare with the quickness, sending it in with the 2-hand flush in the timeout. The Florida State commit doing a nice job on the offensive boards.
Yeah, he's playing angry because he's still upset about that college football playoff thing, I think. But getting the inside position on Pablo Sumare there, not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, you're seeing why Lujan's got 8 state championships in their history. They've just got a lot of depth. They've got a lot of quickness. This Veritas team, only their 6th year of existence. They're kind of the Coach Zidane, his kind of the philosophy. He started this academy. The thought behind this academy is we want to get international kids more exposure to the game of basketball. You look down their roster, the Bahamas, the Philippines, Mexico, Ecuador, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Colombia, Senegal, Australia. This is a global mission that Veritas is trying to undertake here in the suburbs of Orange County.
And it's amazing to see how far that they have come. They might not be winning against these Lehigh, these juggernauts of high school basketball. Oak Hill they played yesterday might not be ahead in these games, but they're hanging around. They are not getting just blown off of the court completely.
And I talked to Coach Zidane in the pregame. He told me it costs about $20,000 to $25,000 for travel for this weekend of games, but you're getting the experiences of playing again. You've got an 11-2 run here to start the half again. The three-point ball has been significant, and the defensive effort on the defensive end of the court has triggered the offense.
But this is how programs like Veritas need to start, I think. You can't just
more
play
defense there.
against,
Nice job.
Against just nobody as Nigel James misses the layup after a steal. Sumare ends up with a board, but Veritas is running the other way. Nagy driving baseline, blocked by Maluk. Nagy gets it, and he goes back up, drawing the foul by Alier Maluk. Andrew Nagy to the line for 2.
Nagy is not quite the athlete that these other guys are, but he is a hustler. He's a gritty, gutty. He puts in the effort, and his effort's rewarded going to the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, 6'9" is Nagy. Certainly doesn't move like it. For a guy his size, he is very athletic, but, he's facing a lot of big athletic players, and Lehigh as well, as he misses on the back iron for the first free throw. Jacob Ross coming in to replace Ben Michaels on the bench for Lehigh. 19-point lead for Lehigh. 4:44 to go in the third. Shout out to Jay-Z. 45-27 as Edgecombe takes the ball back to Mingo as it presses increasing from Veritas. Mingo driving in the paint. Ross, fresh off the bench, taking it inside. Going for the backwards layup. No good. Urbano on the board. Aram Urbano, Mexican international, running the point here for the Titans with Palaio on the bench. Valencia to Williams. Cameron Williams over to Sumare.
One thing I've liked about Lehigh, they play very good positional defense. They don't overextend.
Urbano deep, corner 3, and he cashes it home. 45-30 the score as Aram Soki Urbano has been lights out from behind the arc. So has Edgecombe from distance, no good. Rebounded quickly by Mingo, front of the rim, no good as Sumare gets an aggressive rebound down low, fighting off a couple of gray jerseys from Lehigh.
A little token pressure there by Veritas to speed up Lehigh a little bit, but if you got to secure the rebound. Good job by Sumare securing that rebound. If you're going to make a run here, you got to make stops on the defensive end.
And Nagy controlling it up top. 15-point deficit for Veritas, but they are trying to keep themselves in this at the halfway point of the third quarter. Sumare down low, posting up Maluk.
There, nice move.
And no one was looking at the shot clock, even I wasn't, and that's a shot clock violation on Sumare as we'll get a couple substitutions. Kion Anthony is coming in, replacing Caden Mingo, and Zion Palaio replaces Cameron Williams with Kawhi Alier-Deng replacing Andrew Nagy.
They got the shot they wanted. They just took too long to get into the offense. They took too long to get the ball down to the post, but that's the shot you want. You want Sumare against Deng with the massive weight advantage.
And Anthony and James, looks like Lehigh really playing with 2 point guards, but both can shoot. Both have shown great passing ability as well. Kion Anthony open from the elbow, no good, as Maluk gets the board for Lehigh. Ross under a lot of pressure has it stripped.
Talking to Dad at halftime about son, he said young Anthony is a defensive beast. He loves his defensive effort on the defensive end of the court.
And he is guarding, switched from Palaio, switched on to Urbano, the 2 best guards on this Veritas team. Maluk gets a hand on it, and Deng, and Veritas will retain possession.
That is what Maluk is going to be able to do at Florida State. He's going to be a shot blocker, a shot changer. Leonard Hamilton's going to really like that in Tallahassee. He likes those tall, lanky, big guys that can block shots. Very good history of doing that.
Maluk and James heading to the bench as Deng hits from the corner, putting up the 3 fingers as Veritas has hit corner threes on back-to-back possessions. Now here's the press.
All of a sudden you're back to 12, so now you're back in the game. Went from 18 to 12 defensively. Nice take
Mingo
there.
taking the baseline on the dish from Kion Anthony.
Too easy right there. Too easy if you're Veritas on the defensive end.
14-point lead for Lehigh with about 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Palaio slicing and dicing through the lane, off the glass and in. Zion Palaio to the promised land for one more.
Not the quickest guy in the world, but he's crafty with that ball. He knows how to dribble, use his body, use the leverage, drew the contact, a little up fake, and then nice finish there off balance.
Yeah, Caden Mingo doing everything he can defensively, but Zion Palaio just willing his way in. He was a big part of that third quarter comeback for Veritas against Oak Hill yesterday.
Mingo probably fouled him 2 times before the referee called it, but the referee finally called it for the 3-point play.
Yeah, I think it worked out in the end for Veritas, though. 11-point lead now as Palaio made the and one. As Mingo avoiding the trap. Anthony breaking the dish.
Nice.
Great pass from Edgecombe. Underneath the basket is Tajay Jones. Nagy may have gotten a piece of it, but the shot does not go in. 3 down low for Veritas, altering that layup.
Deng has done a nice job coming in for Samari. Got a little spark. He was a good spark in the first half.
Minute 30 in the third. 11-point lead for Lehigh. 12 on the shot clock. Deng on the post. And Ross calls the foul on the jump upwards. Not sure if he was trying for the block or just pulling the chair on Deng, but the foul is on the floor. Palaio will inbound as Pablo Samare replaces Andrew Nagy.
He tried to pull the chair, and I think he pulled him down as the chair was getting pulled, which created the foul.
And inbound pass almost intercepted by Ross, but Deng has it, slashing through the lane, and Veritas cuts it to single digits.
It's a great job by Veritas this last half of the third quarter to get back in the game. You've cut the lead in half from 18 to 9. Now you're right back in the game with a minute to go in the quarter.
And Edgecombe getting the sign from his head coach to slow things down. Edgecombe with 5 points this quarter. Crossing up Deng, pass inside to Jones, has it taken away. Not sure if it was Valencia or Urbano who will get credit for the steal, but both made contact.
Deng has been a huge spark for Veritas on the offensive end.
Foul called on the floor. Looks like it's on Tajay Jones. So Sumare and the Titans of Veritas will inbound as we are under 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Urbano underneath the basket to throw it in.
You definitely want to go 2 for 1 here if you're Veritas. You got 49 seconds. Definitely want to get a shot off in the next 10, 12 seconds so you get the last possession of the third quarter. And again, give this Titan team credit. They were getting blown out here 3 minutes into the quarter, and they've made a great run here to get back within 9 with the ball.
Yeah, the only difference really between this third quarter as we take a look, 12-2 run by Veritas in the last half and change of the third quarter. Very similar to the way they played Oak Hill. It was all Oak Hill first and second quarter, double-digit lead at halftime, and then the third quarter, Veritas was able to bridge the gap.
And I think the spark here has been Deng coming off the bench. Deng's hit 2 threes. He had the nice layup. Just a nice spark of energy that he's provided there with the big man rotation with him, Nagy, and Samare. Nice triplet that you can rotate there on the front line.
It was 45-26 Lehigh at the 4:48 mark of the third quarter. Now 47-38, so a massive run for Veritas there. Palaio behind on the inbound. Valencia gets the ball over the outstretched arm of VJ Edgecombe. 45 on the game clock, about a 20-second difference between shot and game. Deng on the drive, loses the handle, controls it in the corner. Deng backing down Jones. He really wants that matchup.
Nice look.
Phillips at Nagy, but it's no good. Tajay Jones gets the board.
Great look by Deng. Nagy misses the bunny. Now it goes the other way for a 3-point play.
And Tajay Jones not missing that like a locomotive down the court. Tajay Jones takes it himself following the board to get the and one as the shot clock turns off.
Remember this little spurt. You had the missed bunny on the other end by Nagy that turned into the fast break on the other end and a 3-point opportunity, a 4 to 5 point swing here late in the quarter here with 27 seconds left.
Lehigh's lead back up to double digits, now at 12 as Tajay Jones sticks the and one free throw. Shot clock turned off as Valencia bringing the ball up for the Titans, under 20 seconds now.
Got to get a good shot here to end the quarter.
And we'll see how long that the Titans want to hold
Good
it.
luck.
Back pass, great look to Valencia, but he can't make the layup. Nagy fighting for the board, and it is off. Andrew Nagy. Lehigh will get a chance to get another buzzer beater.
2 straight possessions. You've missed a pinpoint bunny at the rim that you can't convert. That's 5-point swing on the last possession, a 2-point swing here. You could easily be down 5 points here going to the quarter. Now you're down 12, and they're going to get the last possession.
And you got to give Lehigh credit because they had plenty of bodies down low. But you're right, the big men need to step up
finish
for the Titans. Edgecombe sprinting down the court, losing the handle. Kion in the corner, and another buzzer beater. Kion Anthony, cold-blooded, and I think that one runs in the family.
Dad with the nice nod there, looking right down the baseline. That is a dagger of a shot to end the quarter. This game could have been 5 points very easily, and in the last minute with the Kion hitting the 3, it all of a sudden goes back to 15. All the hard work you've done to get back in the game, you've kind of let go in the last 3 possessions by not finishing at the rim, and then you give up the 3-pointer at the buzzer at the end of the quarter.
A member of the Anthony family hitting a corner 3, nothing new in the basketball world. Nike EYBL Scholastic from IMG Academy is brought to you by Nike, only basketball. Chipotle, real ingredients, real flavors, Chipotle for real. The Army National Guard, the next greatest generation is now. And once again, we see the players here at the EYBL Scholastic taking that mission statement of the Army National Guard to heart. It has been a dominant performance from Lehigh, number 4 team in the country with a win yesterday over IMG. That ranking might go higher. Jason, what has impressed you from the Crusaders so far?
Again, the unselfishness. You got guys all over the place scoring. You don't have, again, the guy we all came in scoring 27 last night, Edgecombe, he's got 5 points today. You got big production out of Caden Mingo, Nigel James with double figures. You got Ben Michaels with 6 points, Kion Anthony with the corner 3 with 5. So a lot of guys different. You got 8 different guys have scored for Lehigh today, which is, again, shows the versatility they have in their offensive scheme, and they don't have to be relying on just Edgecombe to get them 20 plus every night.
And Veritas Prep trailing by 15 at the start of the fourth quarter. Lehigh takes the inbound as Kion Anthony, the buzzer-beating finisher of the third quarter, starting the possession for Lehigh. Ross kicks out to Jones. Now he's taking it inside on Nagy. Hook shot, no. Nagy gets the board.
Again, very critical next 3 minutes here. You got to get this lead to 7 or 8 with about 4 minutes to go in the game here to have a chance if you're Veritas.
And at the critical juncture for the Titans, it's Paleo, Valencia, Nagy, Sumare, and Deng for the Veritas Titans. For Lehigh, Kion Anthony, Jacob Ross, VJ Edgecombe, Caden Mingo. And
more contact drawn by Sumare. Yep, Sumare draws more free throws.
So Tajay Jones getting the foul called on him. His 4th personal, one more, and he will foul out. Really the only one in serious foul trouble at the late of the game, with Ben Michaels also with 3 fouls.
By the way, if Mr. Sumare doesn't have a future in basketball, this guy could easily be a tight end, a defensive end. In all seriousness, if this guy doesn't have I don't know what his career is going to end up in basketball, but this guy's got the body of a football player. Whether it's, again, tight end, defensive line, something. This guy, I don't know if he's ever played football in his life, but he sure does. From the waist down, he's got a big boy body.
I know my quarterback skills are only suited for Madden, but I can tell you this: Pablo Sumare would frighten me coming off the edge. Maluk missing the dunk there, but it's put back and in from VJ Edgecombe.
Nice job hanging in the air by Edgecombe on the follow-up. He had the missed dunk, and then, again, they're killing him on the offensive boards. Points in the paint through 3 quarters, 24-8 for Lehigh. Major advantage. You would think it would be the other way with the size, but it's not. Deng. Oh.
Deng taking it himself, drawing the foul. Looks like Ross is going to be the culprit, though there were multiple bodies around him.
Deng doesn't look like he's a ball handler, but he likes to dribble that ball on the perimeter and put his shoulder down and like a like you mentioned, locomotive. He likes to go to the rim. He likes to think he's a point guard in a big man's body.
Kawhi Deng, 6'9", slashing small forward, shooting 2 at the line and rimming in and out on the free throw as Aram Soki Urbano replaces Elias Yafet Valencia.
And they've got him listed at 200 pounds. I think he's a little more than 200 pounds, Mr. Deng.
I mean, definitely skinny, but on that frame, I'd say so. As Deng misses
rebound.
both, but Samare gets the board, front rims the layup, and Deng is going to pull it back out for the Titans. Fresh new shot clock now at 25.
It's 3 or 4 bunnies right at the rim that they've missed in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this third quarter and start of the fourth. You got to convert when you're that close to the rim. And
Coach Sedan a little disappointed, you see, pacing back and forth on the bench. Urbano gets an open look from deep, back iron no good, rebounded by Edgecombe. Edgecombe taking it himself.
Nice.
Through Paleo, the runner, no good, but he'll go to the line for 2.
That's what you see you see the quickness and the smoothness of Edgecombe. Scott Drew is going to really like that if he ends up at Baylor next year, like that it's anticipated he's going to Baylor. Scott Drew is going to like that kind of slashing guard there in Waco.
And he's got a verbal commitment to Baylor, so not sure yet. But Edgecombe stuff in the stat sheet, just 7 points on 2 for 6 shooting, but he's made both from the line. 4 boards, 8 assists, 3 steals, and a block as well for VJ as he brings it up to 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And boy, how good is that Big 12 conference this year in college basketball? I mean, from 1 to 10, you could make an argument. All 10 of those teams could make the tournament. You got unbelievable. You got Kansas, you got Baylor, you got Kansas State, you got Texas, Oklahoma. I mean, just a murderer's row there in the Big 12 this year.
And Edgecombe rims out on the free throw. That makes him 3 for 4. He might be the guy to launch Baylor into superstardom, as Deng thought he did not cross the half-court line.
Clearly
and
did.
He is pleading his
right
case
in front
with the
of
refs.
us. Right in front of us. Both feet were in the front court. Then he threw it in the back. That's a great call by the official. Easy call. That's just a mental error there by Deng.
And VJ Edgecombe, certainly a guy who likes to get under his opponent's skin. One of the Lehigh players calling for the technical as the inbound will take place out of the hands of Edgecombe in front of the NBA great Carmelo Anthony. The past, present, and future, potentially, of basketball right there. 2 of the game's greats. As Kion Anthony, Carmelo's son, takes the inbound. James now in the corner for a wide-open Edgecombe. Knocked down. No one's going to stop that. A mistake on defense for Veritas. Lead up to 19 for Lehigh at the 6-minute mark.
And you're seeing the dominance of Lehigh pull away here early in this fourth quarter. Again, you're seeing the experience, the maturity of this Lehigh team versus a little bit of youth and a little bit of maybe playing over their skis a little bit here if you're Veritas playing against this. They're a little overmatched.
Edgecombe, 2 of his 3 field goals have been from 3, and that would have been a fantastic block by Maluk, but that was on the way down. Maluk on the goaltend, so it's Samare with a bucket, but you got to respect that slap off the backboard. We'll take a look.
That looked like old school Patrick Ewing right there when he was at Georgetown, when he would do it on purpose just to send a message. That clearly was, everybody in the building knew that was goaltending, more to send a message there to the Veritas front line.
I'm going to say it quietly because we got a Knicks legend next to us, but I grew up a Nets fan, and I remember those Kenyon Martin off the backboard blocks. As Kion Anthony shakes the floater, no good. Nagy just ripping the board out of Kion Anthony's hands. 19-point lead, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Urbano drawing a double team. He's going to bring it back out himself, scattering the Lehigh defenders. Paleo trying to find Samare, well covered down low by Maluk.
Yeah, Samare and Maluk are definitely wrestling in the post.
And here's Urbano, gets around the defender, pull-up jumper, no good. Maluk gets the easy rebound.
Urbano loves that intermediate jumper, needs to take that ball a couple more dribbles in to draw the defense.
Edgecombe warding off the defender, nice bounce pass to Anthony from the corner, Smooth. It falls. Kion Anthony with another 3-pointer to bring Lehigh's lead up to 20.
Dad with a nice nod there to his son, nice stroke.
Nagy now from distance, no good, and Valencia tips it out to an open Urbano. Anthony,
nice
great defense, and he got a piece of that one.
Anthony's been a real factor here in this fourth quarter.
And now James, baseline, Anthony from the corner once again,
Boom.
knocked down. Kion Anthony right in front of his pops, taking the corner three. He is having a whale of a fourth quarter, causing Veritas to call timeout.
And what I like about Anthony, he doesn't get too excited. He just smooth strokes it, runs down the court, plays defense. It's not like I'm showing off to the crowd. He's not giving the three-point fingers to everybody in the crowd. Just nice and smooth, follow through, nice stroke.
Beautiful jumper. You can see the family resemblance there.
Yep.
Not just in the knowing that it's just business, making those jump shots, but Kion Anthony, a junior with a lot more mental experience, so it seems, and he is having a great game, 65-42 in the fourth quarter. Anthony, with those back-to-back threes, now up to 11 points, shooting 75 from beyond the arc.
And you definitely will see next year with Edgewater moving on, he will kind of jump into that number two, that two-guard role, so he'll have a little more of an impact as far as a little more minutes. He'll be in the starting lineup next year on all accounts. So, I mean, this is a perfect. He's doing a great job just playing his role right now.
And I remember coming in yesterday and not seeing Kion Anthony in the starting lineup and being a little bit surprised. But I see why with a guy like VJ Edgecombe, and it really seems just because the skill sets and the athleticism lining up so similarly that Kion Anthony is perfectly poised to take over that role as you take another look at his shooting stats.
Yeah, just a great job from the three-point line, 3 out of 4, 11 points. And again, plays defense too. Dad really emphasized to me at halftime. I want you to tell everybody this guy plays defense, loves playing defense.
They didn't throw that block stat on there, but he has been locking down some of the solid guards on Veritas. It's been him on either Urbano and Paleo, two of the leading scorers on this Veritas team. There's Urbano. It's James on him, lobs it into Nagy. And the pass stolen by VJ Edgecombe, an interception from the number 4 recruit in the country. And here's Edgecombe. Through the legs, whirling dervish,
nice
a beautiful pocket pass. Michaels can't get it to go, but he draws the foul. VJ Edgecombe starting a play by himself, and Michaels going to the line for 2.
Nice job by Michael, seeing Edgecombe drive the lane, cuts baseline for the easy bounce pass, a nice bounce pass, and boom.
And 4 in double figures for Long Island Lutheran. Edgecombe with 11, Mingo 15, James with 13, and Anthony with 11 as Michaels gets number 7 on the first free throw.
And our audience can't see this, but Edgecombe's walked right over here to the bench and is having a nice conversation with Carmelo. Carmelo's giving him a couple little tips about floor managing the floor and different things. So, again, what an invaluable asset Carmelo is to this team. Even though he's not part of the coaching staff, but he's a presence around this program with his son.
And you love to see a guy like Edgecombe, who clearly has a next-level history,
leaning
just
on
seeking
Carmelo.
that out, looking
absolutely.
for those kind of tips, because there are a few players that have had that at the NBA career that Carmelo Anthony did. As Edgecombe picks the pocket of Valencia. He's trying to spin the pass around Paleo as James, but Paleo on the interception. Dang, running and gunning.
Nice.
Hop step, no good. Nagy on the board, puts it back up, no. And Dang, third time's a charm, getting the bucket, cutting the deficit to 23 with 3 minutes to go.
Fortunate there, though. They got the rebound, but Nagy missed another bunny. That's, again, 5-6 times within 2 feet of the rim. They've just missed easy putbacks that you got to convert when you're playing these elite teams.
And Luhai looking exactly that word, elite today, 67-44, 2:40 to go. Great pass from James. Michaels kicks it out. Swinging around the perimeter, it's Anthony. Good crossover, getting it in for the easy layup. Kion Anthony, what a second half he has had.
And I don't think Veritas was going to win this game, but that little stretch at the end of the third quarter where they missed the bunny, turned into a three-point play, and then turned into another three-pointer at the end of the quarter, that was the moment here that this game really blew open.
Valencia left-handed hook airballs it right into the arms of Edgecombe. It's Edgecombe taking it himself, swarming around the defenders. Anthony in the corner, the pump, and looks like he stepped on the line. So Kion Anthony will fall victim to just his second turnover of the game. And Michaels and Edgecombe, a pair of starters for Luhai, coming out in favor of Tajay Jones and Jacob Ross. It's Jones, Ross, Anthony, and Mingo, along with Nigel James, the 5 for Lutheran.
And let's give credit to John Buck and his staff. Spreading out the minutes. They mentioned to us in the pregame, everybody plays. It's not like guys are on the team that don't play. They play everybody. You get a diverse set of skills. You got guards, you got some forwards, you got some shot blockers. So, again, this is going to be a very tough out for the teams in the state of New York.
Contested three from Palaio, no good, as a couple of Veritas subs getting in the game, as it looks like it's going to be Lou High ball.
Alumni, I'm going to give you a notable alumni of Lou High.
This could take
from
a
the
while.
Bulls era, the big man from the Bulls era back in the day. Very good, rugged role player, Mr. Bill Wennington. Remember Wennington for the Bulls?
That wasn't
back in that era?
wasn't the first Bill that came to mind when you
Right.
said Bill, but yeah, I mean, they had some guys.
And he's the radio voice of the Bills. Thank you to our
legend.
production crew, but he is an alumni, Big Bill Wennington, the redhead. You had him, you had Cartwright, you had all those guys with the Bulls back in the day. He is a alumnus there. You got Drew Nicholas, the former Maryland player from 10 or 12 years ago. You got several NBA guys that have played at the school. Former NFL players, Shamar Stephen. So you got some guys with some pedigree in the different professional sports. And again, more guys are going to go on to play college basketball. Remember, they're missing two guys today. Seton Hall commit. Godsmill's not playing today. You have Dylan Mingo, the brother of Caden's, not playing today. So you got a lot of guys with some opportunity down the road here to play college basketball.
And in the next game, IMG Oak Hill, I think each of them have like 5 pages in our notes of notable NBA alumni, as Caden Mingo makes 2 of 2 from the free throw line for Lou High. 71-44. The victory is inevitable for the Crusaders as they take their second consecutive win over one of the top teams in EYBL.
And again, the scary part, guys, is this game was a 5-point game potentially with about 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. So in the last 8-9 minutes, this game's gone from like 7 to 27 in a matter of 8 minutes.
And deja vu all over again from that Oak Hill game yesterday. Oak Hill may have been a little bit more dominant as compared to Lou High in the first half, but both teams equally crushing of this Veritas squad in the final quarter as Samare fights off a foul to earn himself a trip to the free throw line. And a new substitution coming in for Veritas.
And again, Coach Zidane really stressed to me when we talked for a couple minutes in the pregame, this is a building scenario of this school. This school's only been around 6 years. Their mission is to give opportunities to kids. He mentioned me. A lot of these kids came from some really tough backgrounds in their native land, where they grew up at. He's trying to provide opportunities for college educations, which lead to financial success, whether it's here in the States or if they go back to their native land or where they grew up. That's the mission of this school that he started 6 years ago.
A minute to go now. 20 seconds on the shot clock as Kion Anthony and the Lou High Crusaders taking their time. And Anthony with the flex after the runner, going on the larger defender, putting the icing on the cake.
What a fourth quarter for Kion Anthony.
He has been money in the fourth quarter with double figures in the final frame, as we got a foul on the floor. Collision between Valencia and Ross, it looks like, as both are helped up, as the foul will be called on Ross. Neither team in the bonus, so the foul will go underneath the basket.
I know one thing. I'm not taking a charge from Samari anytime soon.
Nope.
If he comes barreling down the lane, I am getting the heck out of the way.
Yeah, I'm driving home. I'm running the other way. I don't think I can handle that 6'9", 255. As Samare has it poked away by Jones. We're staying right here. 2-second difference between the shot clock and game clock as we take a look at the inbounds play. Thought it was going to be Palaio, but now it's the big man Samare inbounding it. And here is Palaio up top. Palaio trying to find the newest entrant, Iker Martinez. And Veritas retains possession with 15 on the shot clock as that ball is deflected out of bounds. Palaio has it underneath the basket now. Now Martinez, swing to Urbano. Back up top. Urbano working on Mingo. The isolation, deep three, air ball, and it looks like Mingo did get a piece of it. 5 seconds left. Anthony gets it in the front court, and that will do it. Lou High, a dominant win by almost 30 points, a 27-point victory, 73-46 at the end of it, and a fantastic showing from Long Island Lutheran. VJ Edgecombe, an assist away from a double-double. Kion Anthony, the second leading scorer coming off the bench, for 15 points with 2 assists, a steal, a block, getting something in every category on the stat sheet except for personal fouls. You gotta love what Long Island Lutheran did behind Coach John Buck.
Absolutely, no doubt. This is a very good team. Again, a team from 1 to 9, 1 to 10, willing to play 9, 10 guys, give everybody minutes, and everybody's contributing.
And everyone certainly did contribute for Lou High. 4 different players in doubles figures. Meanwhile, Urbano and Samare, the only 2 in double figures with 16 and 10 respectively. Game 1 is final, 73-46. Lou High taking the win over Veritas. Next up, a battle of 2 high school basketball juggernauts. Oak Hill, Carmelo Anthony's high school alma mater, and the hometown IMG Academy Ascenders. They take to the floor, so we'll take a bit of a break, but stick around. We'll have the next matchup on League Ready. For Josh Sperber and Jason Powers, I am Josh Sperber. Thanks to our great production crew at League Ready. We will see you for Game 2 here at IMG.